So the challenges of common denominator. In common denominator, we have a repetitive bell-like pattern in the left hand, and I'm pedalling each bar. And I have repetitive notes with the thumb, but I'm tending to use the thumb and not change finger because I want a very light action and I want to keep my hand vaguely in a hand position, so when I move it's not too far away. The very important thing with this is to keep the left hand very soft. Try playing a few notes, seeing how soft you can play them. Sometimes what happens is the note doesn't sound. So sometimes I advise students to press very hard and do a few bars, getting used to feeling how it would be if you were playing it fortissimo. So when they play quietly, I say, still attack the notes with that kind of precision. Don't just let your whole hand collapse, which often people do. They tend to go, oh, it's quiet, I'll just go. What you want is that really firm action that you have when you play loudly, but just press a little bit more softly. Occasionally a note won't sound. It's not the end of the world in this piece, but if you keep playing with a firm action, it should respond with the note sounding. The right hand needs to be brought out above the left hand. We call this the balance between the hands. So it's got to sing out above the right hand. So if we imagine the left hand is always a tone, a degree quieter than the right hand, the right hand will be playing, say, at mezzo forte. The left hand would then therefore be playing at mezzo piano, and so on. So here's the right hand. Now, apart from just melodic notes, there's also some harmony notes. So the second note in that bar must be softer. And that occurs quite a lot in the piece. If you don't soften it, it can give the effect that the melody is actually different. So our melody really is this. But if you push down the B flat too hard, it could sound like this. Whereas if you play the B flat very softly, and also be careful, the thumb is quite a strong digit. It's a bit bigger than, well, wider than some of the other fingers, so you have to be very careful of the thumb and make sure you don't play it too loudly. So the effect of those two hands together should be. Just to show you, if you don't make the left hand softer, it's hard for the listener, or yourself if you're listening, to hear what is actually melody and what's accompaniment. And there's a real feeling in music that melody is important and should be brought out over the accompaniment, unless the composer says otherwise. So if they're both the same volume, it's not very clear. Here they are at the same volume. And you can see if you just soften the left hand a bit more, it can really bring out the melody.